Hello, everyone. I'm John Goddard, the chair of the Finance Council at Sacred Heart. And Father Ron and Father Randy have asked me to take a few minutes of your time today to give you an update on how we're progressing financially, to make a request that you consider online giving if you're not doing so already, and then to also give you a sense of the types of things we're thinking about as we look to move on in the future. First, let's spend a minute or two on the financial update. I think you know that all the resources for the church, the staff, the buildings, the programs all come from your offertory, your contributions. Despite the pandemic, including a period where we've had no masses for several weeks, your contributions have remained very strong. For example, in May and June of this year, contributions at Sacred Heart were about 80% of what they were last year. It's just phenomenal. At Holy Rosary and OLPH, they haven't been quite as strong, but the trend lines in the last few months have been very, very favorable. So the most important thing I want to share with you today is a huge and most sincere thank you for your continued strong commitment to our community. In terms of budgeting, and that's a relevant question because our budget period starts on July 1st, so we're entering a new fiscal year right now, as a matter of fact. We've been quite conservative in assuming that the offertory will stay at about the same level that it's at. And while protecting all expenses for staff, we've tried to be prudent in reducing all other areas as much as we can. So next, let's spend a moment talking about online giving and why is that so relevant? Well, we've had the pandemic make us fully appreciate how wonderful it would be to have a more reliable source of income. And we're increasingly aware that cash and checks are not the most favored means of affecting financial transactions. So we're eager to change that if we can. In the last fiscal year, Sacred Heart had about 17% of its contributions come in online. Holy Rosary had about 10, and OLPH had about 40%. Our goal is to try and get all three churches to 50% or over, if at all possible. So here's the question. Would you consider that if you're not doing so already? If you will, then I would recommend you just go to the website, scroll down just a little bit. There's a big button that you can click on, and that will take you to an information field where you can fill it out and begin to contribute online. It's very simple. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's very private and secure. You can change it at any time. And if you have any issues whatsoever, then just give Casey Crumpack, our office manager, a call, and she'll be glad to walk you through it. Let me close in with a few minutes on the types of things that we're continuing to think about and in some cases working on. So at Sacred Heart, we've invested in a streaming capability that's being installed right now. We hope within a month or two, those of you that are at home that because of the risk involved with the pandemic, don't feel comfortable going to church, will still be able to see live mass streamed. And eventually we'll be able to offer that capability for weddings and funerals and other events we haven't even thought about. So hopefully we can look forward to that here, as I said, in the next month or 6 weeks. Secondly, the roof on the school needs repair. It's needed that for a while. We're getting some bids now. We've have a savings account specifically for that. So we're going to take care of that in the next couple of months. And thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, after completing the plans in the spring for the Andre Bessette Meeting House, we're hoping to move forward with that project in the old rectory in the fall by getting some construction bids and then finalizing on one and perhaps even beginning construction, if everything goes as planned, on this important addition to the Sacred Heart campus sometime in the spring. We'll keep you apprised of how we progress on that. At OLPH, some good news there. The the project for the ramp and deck and ADA bathroom is close to reaching the plateau of $45,000. It needs to qualify for soliciting grants from other organizations. So we think in the next month or two, we'll be in a position to do that. And then at Holy Rosary, we have a new roof, of course, and we have a new security system. And we, I'm sure, are still enjoying the wonderful sound system that was installed there not too long ago. So we'll do our best to keep you apprised of our progress. We're planning to give you another update in a month or two. In the meantime, if you'd like to talk to me or to any of the other members of the Finance Council, then I would suggest you give the office a call and they'll let us know and we'll get in touch with you. Okay, thanks for your time.